Hi, I'm Mo. I'm a newbie cash stuffer living at over 6,000 feet, and this is the Mountain Budget. Today's video is going to be a classic cash stuffing, but I'm gonna say right off the bat two things. First of all, if you didn't see my most recent video where I updated my 100 envelope savings challenge, in that video I talk about my 500 subscriber giveaway that I'm running right now. It's been running for 1 week and it's gonna run for one more week. I'm giving away 2 binders from the Aesthetic Dollar as well as some placeholders from the Aesthetic Dollar and a $50 Aesthetic Dollar gift card. So if you want to go ahead and enter into that giveaway, you can go and watch that video. I'll have it linked below, or you just need to watch the very end of it to know the details of the giveaway. And yeah, I just wanted to say that right at the top of the video, just so, you know, people who didn't see the last one were in the know. And then secondly, I did want to say that since I last did a traditional cash stuffing, so that's before I went on my really long road trip, I have updated my cash stuffing system. So my very first video that I did on this channel was a whole tour of my cash stuffing binders, and it's a little bit irrelevant now because I ordered a whole bunch of new binders from the Aesthetic Dollar. I reorganized everything and I'm still getting used to it. So we're gonna see how long-term this current system is, but right now it's split up into kind of 2 main categories. I call them my warm colored categories and my cool colored categories. And my warm color categories are the things that I wanna actively be intentionally putting money towards every single week. And then the cool colored categories are gonna be things that I'm more treating like savings challenges, where if I have things left over for the week, then I can take that leftover cash and put it into the savings challenge, and things will kind of rotate in and out. And again, I'm still getting used to that system. So let it just be said here and now that we're gonna be this video is a cash stuffing, but it is also a reintroduction into my cash stuffing system. All right. But with all of that being said, let's go ahead and get started with our cash stuffing for the week of July 16th. I cash stuff and get these videos up on Wednesdays because that's when my week resets. So we're gonna start with my wallet, which is feeling very thick and heavy right now, even though she has almost nothing in terms of actual cash in her. Oh, and hold on, I wanna make sure I'm actually on screen. I am, excellent. All right, we have these $2 left over in miscellaneous, and that's all we have in terms of cash, and they are raggedy dollars. I'm gonna put these here as a symbol to myself that these are extra dollars that I can decide what to do with at the end of the day. But then I also have a ton of change, and that's because this is all of the change that I collected while on my road trip. I've been saving to do this on camera. I've been saving all my change to put into the piggy bank because I didn't want to not do it on camera. Oh, there were too many double negatives in that sentence. I don't really know what I meant to say there. I wanted to do it on camera is what I'm trying to say. Because I think the last time I checked in, my piggy bank was getting very heavy, and I think once she fills up all the way, I'm gonna do a whole video where I empty her out and we can count all the coins, and I can take the coins to the bank to swap them out for cash, and then we can figure out some fun little treaty things to do with the cash that I get from all the coins I saved. So let's go ahead and fill her up. There was a part of me that was hoping this would totally fill her up, but piggy banks are so deceptive. There's always a little bit more room than you think. Yeah, that's full, but we've still got a ways to go, but within a few months, I think we should be there. That's a lot longer than I initially thought, but yeah, now there's way more room than I thought there was. But last time I checked in, it was like super high up. Then you just give them a good shake and suddenly more room appears. All right, so the piggy bank is well fed today. So we're gonna put her off to the side, and then I'm gonna count the cash that I'm going to be stuffing for today, not including the extra $2. And this is the current way I have it set up with the money up top. I hope that's okay. In order to fit all of the binders on screen, this is what we're working with, but if something is particularly irksome, let me know, and together we can figure out the best flow for all of this. All right, so we have 50, 150, 250. $20, $40, $60, $80, $10, $20, $40, $60, $80, $200, $20, $220. $10, $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $80, $90, $100, and $10. I will straighten those out in a second. I have really crusty bills today, unfortunately. They're not very nice. 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 30. Whoa. Also, I'm so sorry if you can hear some whirring in the background. I have my washer going, so I'm thinking I've miscounted. I'm thinking I've already miscounted. I don't know how this always happens, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus 8, 6, 18. Hold on. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Oh, that's where it was. I miscounted these 100s. Or I think I counted that as 110. Let me just triple, double, quadruple check. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Yep, that's what the issue was because I was $10 off. $608 is what we're working with this week, and that is what I had budgeted out. So there we go. We found the error. All is well. So let's put the calculator aside and get our wallet stuffed. All right. So this week in groceries is getting $50. It's a little bit lower than I normally budget, but that's just because I just moved into a new apartment. I did a huge grocery run. I'm pretty well stocked right now. All right, spending is also getting $50. And eating out is also getting, that took me a second. Eating out is getting $50. Household is not getting anything this week, and neither is miscellaneous. Also, can I just say not right at the start, we're like 10 minutes into this video, but can I just say that I am really gonna have to challenge myself now that I have so many more binders. And as we all know, I have a predilection to chat, but now we have a lot more binders to get through, a lot more envelopes to get through, and my videos are already kind of long, so we're really gonna have to, keep an eye on the time. All right, first binder, as always, she's never gonna change. She's our most beloved binder. That is our giving binder. Oh, and they tipped over. That's fine. Now with the binder, I wanna make sure that I'm on screen. Okay, so I'm a little off screen. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just scoot this forward a bit. And it's not gonna be, the whole binder isn't gonna be like perfectly there, but let me know if that's okay, the fact that it's a little off the edge. You can still see the envelopes though, so I'm hoping that's okay. All right, philanthropy got fully funded at the start of the month. Project for Awesome is getting $5 this week. So let me pull it out. Project for Awesome is looking pretty good. Actually, it could be condensed, but I'm gonna save this for real condensing in the future. So right now, Project for Awesome has 50, 120, 40, 60, 80, 95, $195 in Project for Awesome. And as I was saying earlier, just because I'm trying to keep the time on these videos within a reasonable limit, I'm really being serious when I say I'm gonna update these off screen. I'm not gonna just say that I will and then I don't. As soon as I stop filming, I'm gonna go back through and update all of my cards. But I just figured that's an extra 30 seconds per envelope of me updating them that we don't need to have being bulking up the videos. So, all right, tips is getting 20 for the week. And that's all that it has. I'm very much depleted in my tips because I've had so many movers and stuff this past month. I love giving movers tips. I also love making them little snack packs. I have, whenever they come, I have a little tray full of water and like chips and sweet treats for them, and they always get such a kick out of it. Such a fun little thing to do. If you have a mover or delivery people coming anytime soon, I highly recommend. All right, Indie Coffee House is getting $10. I'm actually going to coffee shops a lot less these days because I've started working at a co-working space, and because of that, I don't feel like I used to do a lot of my writing at coffee shops, and I have a belief that if you are hunkering down for the day at a coffee shop, you should buy a drink at least once an hour to kind of rent your table and pay for the internet and the electricity that you're using. But now that I go to my co-working space almost every single day, I don't really need to go to the coffee shops and spend that much at coffee shops anymore. So these are kind of more for weekend excursions now. All right, Kindness is getting $30 today. I'll do a 20 and a 10. And that brings my Gifts of Kindness category to $50, $70, $80, and $90, which is a very comfortable amount. I always get a little nervous when this is empty, so I'm happy that it's got a good amount in it. Independent Bookstore is getting a $10 bill. Patronage for art is getting $20. I'm kind of setting myself a challenge of saving up in this category for over a year because I would really like to buy some original art. I went to a event a few weeks ago and I purchased a lovely piece of art, but it was a print, and so it's gonna look great in my apartment, but I think that there's just something extra special about supporting an artist and buying a piece of their original work rather than a print. So I'm gonna really try and challenge myself and save up for an entire year. We'll see if I can manage it. All right, Mother's Day isn't getting anything this week, although this is, oh, I was gonna say it's out of order, but it's not out of order in the binder. It's out of order on my Excel spreadsheet, which is what I'm looking at to see how much everything is getting. Father's Day is getting $2, not from there. Those are my extra $2. Father's Day is getting $2. And I'll also be filling out the trackers off screen as well. This is Sibling Gifts. And it currently has, it has $400 in placeholders, but that's not true. I just didn't do an unstuffing. My brother-in-law's birthday is at the end of the month. I've already purchased his gifts, so I'm gonna take these $200 because that's roughly about what I spent, and I'm gonna set them aside. We have $200 in the bank for Sibling's birthday, and I am gonna put $20 in cash this week, so that brings our total for the week to $220. Which is good because I have another sibling birthday in a few months and I really want to spoil her, so I'm looking forward to that. And then for miscellaneous celebration, it has $50 already and we're giving it $10 this week for a total of $60. And again, this is if I get randomly invited to like a birthday party or anything like that, and I wasn't planning on it, so I just wanted to have a little bit set aside for that. And that is our giving binder. Oh, it feels so good to be back and doing this and not be on the road with the Franken binder. Even though the Franken binder was fun in its own way, I'm just glad to have all my envelopes with me because I do feel like a lot of them have suffered the past month. I have not been saving as much as I could because I didn't have them with me. So this is a new binder and I'm so excited for it. This is going to be my writing binder. This is where I'm going to keep track of all of my expenses for my career and save up for things that I need to plan for. And I believe that, this is an aesthetic dollar binder and it is filled with the office business pack for envelopes that she had. So there are several envelopes in here. And I'm just trying to make it work for me. You know, not all of them are perfect one-to-one for me, but I'm gonna try and make it work. So for office supplies this week, we're getting $10, and that's gonna be the start of it because I'm just really now starting this binder. Taxes owed, I've put placeholders in. That's something I am always setting aside, but that just stays in the bank. I never cashed up my taxes. Advertising is gonna get $10 this week as well. You know, there are like Facebook ads I can place to advertise my book and promote it and stuff like that. And there are lots of other ways as well that I don't even know about yet. So I just kind of want to have a nice little sum saved up for if an opportunity comes my way to advertise. Subscriptions. So this is interesting. I'm counting things like my Canva Pro and other like online tools that I use. My Word, you have to subscribe to Word now, which is so annoying. That all gets paid online. So I'm still debating about whether or not I'm actually gonna keep this envelope or not, just because it kind of feels redundant to have an envelope when I never am gonna cash stuff it. The only thing I could think of is my co-working space is a monthly payment, and I could cash stuff that just as a way of making sure that I don't spend it before it's time. So I don't know, hold tight on subscriptions. Website also is something that gets paid online. I'm considering whether or not I want to cash stuff it or not. Business equipment, let's see. That is, yeah, that's getting a little bit this week. That's getting $25 because I've decided I just want to have, separate from my emergency fund, I would like to have a little bit saved away in case something happens to my computer and I need to repair it or get a new one. And honestly, my computer is starting to give me some trouble with its battery. So this might become more like needed sooner rather than later. Vendors is getting $10 this week. This is for things like if I order stickers or if I pay an artist to do fan art of my book that I can then give out when I go and do book events. Tax preparation doesn't get anything this week. Postage is getting $2 just because I do send a lot of letters and I receive mail and I respond to mail from readers. And so it's always nice to save up for stamps. Fees is not getting anything this week. Neither is miscellaneous, neither is printing. Savings, I don't know what this one is for. Like I said, I'm still figuring out the system. And then rainy day is just kind of what I have right now bulked saved in the bank account that I use for my writing. And that's that. The writing binder, I love her because she matches exactly my briefcase that I keep my laptop in when I go to my working space. So it's very like, this is the writer version of Mo. This is Mo's writing color. Okay. Next is our self binder, kind of like beauty and self-care is the vibe of this one. I'm already feeling like this video is going to be tragically long. It's fine. Hair and nails is getting $5 this week, and that's all it has. I'm really kind of on a haircut ban, and also I've been doing my own nails a lot, and I have endless amount of nail polish, so I don't really need any more right now. Spa and wellness is getting $20, and I was given a gift for my birthday, a very generous gift to my favorite spa in town, and so that money is all saved up in the bank right now, and that is, so right now in spa and wellness in total we have $500, $600, $700, $800, and $20, and I'm so grateful for that incredibly generous gift that I was given. All right. Gym is getting $40, and that's because I subscribe to a yoga place, and that's a monthly cost, and it's a little over $100 a month. So we're gonna put $40 in there. Supplements. So I, a couple months ago, started trying Nutrafil, and I'm like iffy about it, whether or not it's actually helping with my hair, but I'm gonna start saving up for it again. So we're gonna put $5 into supplements. So this is labeled self-care, but it's meant to be self-care equipment, and I'd like to save up for a yoga mat, so I'm gonna put $20 in here to save up for a yoga mat, and I'd like to get it sooner rather than later, which is why I'm kind of starting big with 20 bucks. This is labeled shopping, but as you can see here on the tracker, it's actually labeled for my present for myself for my 32nd birthday, and that is getting $2. Mainly this is just meant to be like a treat if I want to get myself, you know, a few books or like one necklace or some earrings or something. I can save up a whole year. $2 a week for a whole year. It's a pretty, you know, $100 little present on your birthday. Or if I want to like go out and get myself like a really nice birthday dinner, I can also do that. And then vehicle maintenance. This binder is so kind of weird, but I promise this is like thematically in my mind, it's my self binder. It's the things that I want to put money into every single week that all are kind of not selfish, but have to do with me, even though all of these binders, except the giving binder, have to do with me. I don't know, make it make sense. I'm not sure that I can. Anyway, vehicle maintenance is getting $20 this week, and it already has $50 in it. And so that is a total of $70, which is great because as we approach the fall, you know, I'm really starting to think this year I do want to get snow tires. I have all weather tires, but I think I really need to start thinking about more important, like heavier duty tires, which I know that $70 isn't even remotely close to being able to afford a single one of those tires. So I really need to pick this up. All right, that is our self binder. And then the last binder is also a new binder category, and this is gonna become my entertaining binder. Now that I'm in a new apartment, it's larger, I have more space. Before I was in a studio, now I have like an actual dining area, a living area. I really wanna start hosting, and so this is gonna be my entertaining binder, and it's me saving up. It's gonna look like it's a holidays binder, but really what it is it's me saving up to entertain at specific points of the year. So I just wanted to say that right off the bat. Also, my computer is dying, so the pressure is on to get the video filmed. All right, so general entertainment, which that's this thing. Also, if you hear weird gurgling, I'm sorry. There's an appliance in my new apartment that is gurgling, and I don't know why. I'm gonna put in a request for maintenance. I'm sorry if that's coming across on the camera. This envelope is for general entertaining for whatever reason. It's sort of like the miscellaneous kindness envelope where in case something comes up that I wasn't expecting, that I have to host a friend, you know, they're coming into town unexpectedly or something like that, that's getting $10, and this is the first $10 of this envelope, so it's only got $10 in it. Then Valentine's Day is not getting anything yet, neither is Easter, neither is 4th of July because that just passed, but fall, which I'm calling Harvest Fest, is gonna get $10 because I'm gonna have a cousin come into town and we're gonna cook a beautiful Harvest Fest together with some of our other family members. Not the same thing as Thanksgiving, it's totally different vibes in my opinion. So that's getting $10. I'm actually gonna put it behind the label because that makes more sense. Halloween, which is my favorite holiday, is sadly not getting anything this week, and neither is Thanksgiving. So that one was a quick binder. All right, now we're gonna move to the other side of the screen to our cold color palette binders. And we're gonna move into the, I'm having to guess because I can't quite remember. I believe this is Recreation. Yes, okay. So this is Recreation binder. Oh my gosh, oops. Well, she's a new binder, so her spine isn't fully cracked yet. Okay. This first thing says hobbies, which if you remember is where I used to put in a ton of money for aesthetic dollar things. So as you can see, I'm overrun with cash stuffing supplies now. So I'm really cutting myself off from that. But I'm using an aesthetic dollar savings challenge called New Year, New You, because always sometime in December, I get some new fangled idea of this new thing I'm gonna start doing come January. And then I always have to scramble to pay for it. And I am one of those people that usually sticks with it though. I'm not somebody who takes on a hobby and then lets it drop. For example, cash stuffing was a hobby that I started and then stuck to, and it really incorporated it into my life. So I want to start saving up for it now, even though I don't even know what it is going to be, but we're going to start low with just $5, and that's all it's getting. And pretty sure that's like $5 increments is what we're going to be working with all throughout the rest of the year. So that way, by the time December rolls around, we have a nice little nest egg to prepare for whatever it is that I think my life is missing and I need to add to it. So that's that. And then summer, I'm having to remind myself what all of these are because none of these are perfectly labeled, but right. Okay, summertime is gonna be my Parks Pass envelope. This is getting $2. It only needs $2 a week because the Parks Pass, the pass to get into the national parks for an entire year is about $80 to $90. And so $2 a week is more than enough to pay for that. But I did repurchase back in April, so I am a little bit behind, so I might have some catching up I need to do on this, but it is something that I do want to just save up for over the course of the entire year because I really think that there's there's such benefit to, even on a small thing like this, an $80 purchase, there's such benefit to saving up for it and intentionally purchasing it rather than trying to find within your monthly budget the money for this new and unexpected cost. Not unexpected, but just like not usual cost. Next is the Ren Fair, which I did already go this year and I had an absolutely wonderful time. It was so fabulous, and we're already gonna start planning for next year because I spent way more money than I had budgeted. And so now I know I need to put more attention into this binder, or into this envelope, excuse me. So it's getting $5 this week. Winter is for the ski season, and that's not getting anything this week, but I am gonna really start paying attention to this again because now that we're, well into the summer, the fall and then the winter ski season is on the horizon. All right, this is a savings challenge for Dungeons and Dragons. It's something that I love to do. I love to have people over. Now that, like I said, I'm in a new apartment, I'm gonna start hosting my own D&D nights. And as the DM, there's a lot of supplies that I will need and kind of props and all sorts of stuff just to make it extra fun for my players. So it's gonna get $20 this week. Dungeons and Dragons. And actually, I'm gonna put this behind because the real label for what this envelope is right here. All right, and this is called entertainment, but this is just my general recreation envelope. This is if there's a concert I want to go to or a movie that I want to go to. And in fact, I'm going to take $10 out of this right now because I'm going to go see Superman today and I'm really excited to see it. I've been hearing lots of good things. So this is going to get, oh, that's hilarious. It's getting $10. I'm taking $10 out and I'm putting $10 back in. And right now, general recreation has $20, $40, $60, $70 in it. But this, I bought my ticket online and it was about $10. It was like $11 with tax and stuff like that because today's the cheap day to go see movies. So I'm just gonna put this back into my money bag so I know to take it back to the bank to refund it. But I am gonna start, now that I'm officially doing a cash stuffing again, like with the whole system, I am gonna start really tracking my spending. And I will be doing unstuffings on this channel to keep me accountable because otherwise I just go crazy. I've realized the cash stuffing is an important element for me, but the unstuffings are almost equally important in terms of just keeping myself on top of it. I don't even know how else to explain it. Okay, this is my travel binder, I believe, and that's not actually getting anything this week just because I did just go on that huge trip all around the country, and so we're taking a breather from traveling or budgeting from traveling, but I wanted to kind of update you about what binder was what. So that's travel. Then I think these are switched out actually. Yeah, so that one is we're gonna hold off on that one. This, I believe, is my home binder. Yes, fully set up now for the new apartment. So excited. And it's just getting a couple of things this week. The first is now that I'm in a larger apartment, when I was in a studio, I really could handle the cleaning myself. It was easy because it was like under 400 square feet. So super easy to take care of. But now I'm in a larger apartment and I do think every so often I do want to have a housekeeper come in and do some important cleaning things just so that way I'm not living in a unhygienic place. So it's getting how much? 50. Wow. Okay. So yeah, that's right. When I was making my budget, I really wanted to have someone come sooner rather than later, just because I've just moved in. I've had a ton of movers in here. I've been unpacking, even though I've been mopping and stuff like that. I really would love like a more professional touch on the cleaning. So we got 50 in there, and then we're also going to put $10 into the bedroom binder just because now that I'm in this new apartment, I want to focus on each area at a time and make it the way that I want it. Oh, how interesting. Well, I'm supposed to have $10 in here. Well, I've made a mistake somewhere, but luckily I have this $10 that I pulled out for the entertainment. I have no idea what went wrong there. But anyway, I'm sure you caught it. But bedroom is getting $10 because it's my current project, and it has currently $1,000 saved up in the bank for me to focus on. This is like if I want to get new curtains or if I want to paint the walls or anything like that. And I want to do this slowly and intentionally and really over the course of, I plan on living in this apartment for years and years, hopefully crossing my fingers. And so I really want to make it fully my own. So right now it has $1,010. And that is everything that's going into the housing binder for this week. And then our final binder, which is not actually getting anything this week, but I did want to show it to you. This is a special binder called my fully funded binder, where it's things like my clothing budget, where I have felt just after assessing when I was setting up all these new binders, I have felt that I have exceeded my normal budget or I've met my budget for clothing for the year. And so I don't want to dedicate any of my weekly budget to it anymore for the rest of the year. But if I have any money left over, I want to go ahead and put it, like I can allocate some of that money, like extra money that I do save. If I'm good for the week and I don't spend all my grocery money or whatever, I can put a little bit towards these things that are technically fully funded. So for example, I also have certain accounts that are just, I fully fund right at the start of the year. For example, I have an account for my mom that is fully funded at the start of the year. I like to send my mom presents every single month. And so I take money out of that account to pay for that every single month. And just over the course of the year, that gets depleted and then refilled right at the start of the year. Christmas is fully funded and it's time to start shopping for Christmas, but I realized that I might want to put a little bit more in. So that's an example of something at the end of the week or at the reset of a new week. I could, cash stuff maybe a couple extra dollars every single week into Christmas. Same with 1 month ahead, totally fully funded for the new apartment. So proud of myself for that. So happy. Beauty, I've bought so much makeup already this year and I'm really feeling satisfied with my collection right now, so I don't think I need any more. But let's say a product comes out that I really, really do want, instead of impulsively buying it, because I don't have any more beauty budget for the year, I would have to save up for it. But I'm not gonna just in general save up for beauty for no reason, because I really feel like I should be satisfied with the amount of beauty I have purchased this year. Exact same thing with clothing, although clothing does have a little bit in it right now. Gifts, this is for my father's birthday that's coming up. I'm about to purchase all of his gifts, and once I do, this will go out of fully funded and it'll go back into the giving binder, and I'll start saving up for his birthday next year. But I put the envelope in here just as a way of also congratulating myself for getting it fully funded before his birthday even arrived. Black Friday is in here, New Year's Eve is fully funded. My coup de coeur, which is the thing that I say it's like kind of a crazy expensive thing that I save up for, knowing that I'm gonna come across something that I just love, but I don't plan for it. I already spent this. I spent this when I was in Newport last month. I bought a beautiful necklace, and so because of that, I'm considering this fully funded for the year. And again, if I wanna start saving up for next year, for 2026's coup de coeur, I have to do that from my leftover from the week. I can't use up anything from my normal budget, my normal weekly budget, to go towards it. And emergency is also fully funded. So that's the explanation for that. And now you're probably wondering, well, Mo, there is $52 left in your little cash tray. Well, yes, you are correct, there is. And that's because that 50 I was originally planning on putting into my 100 envelope savings challenge this week, and I'm just gonna go ahead and get those $2 in there as well, just as a way of staying on top of it. I don't believe I've filled out my 52 envelope. I have not, it's right here. So this is where we're gonna put it. Super excited because, like I said, when I did this, when I started stuffing this last video, I did say I'm a little bit behind. Even though I'm super happy with how much is in it, I am behind for the year. So I want to focus on this for right now. So we can color in the 52 one. Oh, and there we go, you guys. We are done with this week's cash stuffing. Back into the thick of it, back into the swing of things. I'm super excited. I'm actually gonna, well, no, I'll save it for the unstuffing. I was like, I can take out that $10 again from the entertainment binder, but because I do plan on doing unstuffings on this channel again, I'm gonna just wait to take it out there, but I will write it down so I remember. But there you go. That is the $608 plus a little bit extra that we cash stuffed this week. Thank you so much for watching. This has been The Mountain Budget. I'm Mo. Now it's time for me to go, but I so appreciate you all more than you know.